forgiving each other, letting love cover. Always sisters, always friends. We have to live in harmony, even though we may disagree. Inspiring each other is not the answer. Sharing the grace.
Hey, hey, hey. Woo. Hey, ladies. Hey, my sisters.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello.
Your face look familiar.
My face, your face, her face. Linda, what's up, Lynn? What you got? What you doing, girl?
Hello, good morning, good afternoon.
Good morning.
It's a happy day.
Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Happy Sabbath Day. Happy Black History Month. Happy Valentine's Weekend.
It's a big
Happy
week.
Red Heart Health Month. Yes.
I look cute now, red.
Who told y'all to wear red? I wonder.
Our heart told us to wear red. Our heart.
A little bit of red.
Yes, and happy everything, guys. It's a wonderful, great God day. I'm Wyoming.
I'm Peg.
I'm Linda.
And I'm Charlene.
And we are 4Sisters Live. Yes, we are live. We are live and in living color. Hello to all of our peoples out there, all our supporters, all our sisters and brothers. Thank y'all for supporting us. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in, like and share our page. Hey, Tori. Hey, Tori. Come on in, guys. Like and share our page. Share with somebody because look, today is Health and Wellness Day. This is Linda's day. She has she has two awesome guests, y'all. Y'all don't want to miss this. Please send a message out. Pick up your phone, pick up your Facebook, pick up your Instagrams and your tweets and
tweet whatever you do.
Tweet. Let people know we have an awesome guest on today. We have Dr. Lane Rolling in the house, all the way from Las Vegas.
Las Vegas in the house. Yeah.
Las Vegas in the house.
I'm excited
about him. The conversation today is about us. It's for us, by us, and it is
all about us.
And all about us. So don't get it twisted. Please don't get it twisted. You roll that neck. I got to roll the neck with it. Don't get it twisted.
There you go.
I don't know. Peggy, can you roll your neck? Peggy, can you roll your neck? I can't.
No.
I've never
Hey, Tiffany Savage. Yeah, Tiffany, all of y'all start sharing right now. I'm telling you all want to be in the house and this conversation with Dr. Lane Rolling. Type in Dr. Lane Rolling.
Dr. Lane.
LaneRollling. Rolling.
Dr.
Like Rolling
Rolling is going to be on. All right.
If you heard about him, he's like worldwide, world renowned, known all over the world.
He is.
Yeah. So guys, we're honored, right, Linda? Charlene, we are so honored.
I'm definitely honored because I'm always looking for someone in our community to talk to us about these infectious diseases. Are they real? Are they spreaded? Where did they come? Where do they migrate? A bird, a bat, a cat, a dog, whatever. I know that I'm gonna get it from our experts. So yeah,
we're excited. Also, we have to deal with the reality, ladies, of it's Heart Health Awareness Month. We have our Sister for Sisters Network. Whoop, 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 whoop. Florence Champagne gonna be in the house. She's gonna talk about her event that's coming up. It's been, I think this is her 10th year, I believe. I'm not sure.
No, I believe it's the 6th anniversary.
Oh, 6th anniversary. Okay, gotcha. Thank you for correcting me. She will be talking about it because, ladies, this is one of the main diseases, talking about diseases that women are, have in their lives and in their bodies and suffer from. And we had one of our, it is. We had a member of our home church, just passed away last week of a heart attack.
Wow.
So she wasn't of old ages at all. I think she was in her early 60s or whatever. So we just have to talk about these things.
That's
So I'm telling you, we have to talk about it. This is why we're representing red, ladies and gentlemen, because we respect what we have to do to put things out for you guys, for us, because when we put out for you guys, it's helping us. right here on this platform. We don't know it all. We don't profess to know it all. We're trying to get all we can know, because right now we're living in some rough times. We're living in, they say, perilous times. And, and we got to stay on top of these things when it comes to what we're doing and how it all affects us. A lot of it that's going on right now as we speak on the Hill is affecting us. Okay. Yes. I see Charlene.
I just get excited. Oh my God. Let me tell you something. What excited me on the Hill, that it ain't over till it's over. Them doggone Lester said, we got something for you. We're going to bring in some witnesses. I'm like, Lord Jesus.
I'm telling you, they got something in the pocket, Charlene. They holding something we don't know.
Holding on to something.
Put that ace card out there. Bam! Bam!
Well, CNN just announced today that they're bringing in those witnesses. And I think it was Lindsey Graham said he's going to check up on it, and he's agreeing to have the witness vote. Who knows with Lindsey?
We need to have it done. We got to get it done. This is why we can't play around with this thing. We got to get it done. The enemy is definitely out to steal, kill, and destroy us. And so our position is that we speak life. We're going to speak life. We're going to have it more abundantly. And when we're talking about life, today is health and wellness. So we got to stay healthy, guys. If we don't stay healthy, we can't hang around. We can't be here. We can't love our loved ones.
And so we can't get wealthy either.
What'd you say, Lynn?
And we can't get wealthy. So
and no, we can't get the wealth.
When you don't feel good, you can't be wealthy. You know, like I'm switching over now because I've been on camera all week long, and I think I got the wrong lights. And I'll tell you, headaches don't go with me. I just hate headaches. I hate eye pain because I don't get sick. But people don't think about what these lights can do to you. Like a headache is getting sick. And so how do you change out these lights or change out things that's affecting you? But it may not be like hurting your stomach, but anything that can get to your brain, like that's serious to me. I'm like, listen.
My sister, are you drinking enough water?
I drink tons of water, honey. I go in with the water. I drink the alkaline.
Okay. Yeah, because that's the main thing we need. Yeah.
I think we have to look at, we stay in these computers so much with our eyes, focus on these computers for too many hours of the day. We have to rest our eyes from these computers at some time.
A lot of times we stay on the screen so much and we realize we're not blinking. Our eyes need moisture. So something, throughout the day, close your eyes. Close your eyes.
And relax.
Yeah.
I think we need to relax.
Can you take us through this? Come on, Linda, take us through this. Close your eyes and do what?
We need that lubrication of the eyes,
I just closed mine for a minute, but let me open them up because I'm sleepy. Okay, so I can stay closed too long.
That's so good. It felt good to close your eyes for a minute.
But anyways, this is definitely the conversations that we're having, but I just want to put out, we have so much going on. Like, God, this is so much. And this is why the energy has to stay high, man. We got to stay powered up. There's so much going on in our lives. So much is going on around us. So many people are leaving us. This train is moving. I call it the train is moving out. And we definitely wanted to acknowledge, last week we had our sister, our mom, our queen, our love girl, Cicely Tyson. She left us. We paid homage and honor to her on last week. And so this week we have two of the power legends, icons, one in the music industry, one in our religion and our church realm, if you will, in the community abroad, this entire country. Apostle Casey Price, speaking of him, I learned of that recently, and he passed away on yesterday, and my heart is a little heavy. I know I was feeling, I have these intuitions of things come in my spirit. And I think that might have been why, because I grew up like many of you may have grew up with him, for 50 years. Oh my God, I could raise my hand. I grew up with this man, watching him on television, definitely hearing him on the radio, and he spoke to us. And this is only one of the ones that we can identify with at that time of our color.
Right, exactly.
And so we definitely send our love prayers, heartfelt love and prayers for certain, because I was close relative to my pastor, the Spirit of Faith Christian Center with Michael and Dee Dee Freeman, Apostle Michael Dee Dee Freeman. That was his pastor, his apostle, his father, you know, and he called him. And so I'm close in that respect. And so love go out to his wife, Betty Price as well. And his children, his son, who's the junior, who has taken over the church out there in Los Angeles, Crenshaw Christian Center. And so salute you, Apostle. You gave it. You fought a good fight. You fought an awesome fight, man. You really did. And we learned a lot from you and your family and your wife, keeping you all in our prayers and love, of course, in our heart. And he will always end every time he would end his service, would say on TV, we walk by faith and not by sight. And that's how we've been living, guys. That's all he lived by. And I think he was ready. He was ready. He did his service. He made it happen. I think he was ready.
Yeah, his wife said there was a write-up.
Dante, do you have his picture? Because we asked about a picture, Dante.
Yeah, so it was some conversation that he was ready to go, and he had made mention of that last week. He seen the Lord, and it was time. So, yeah, I think that's funny. I know when my father passed away, I knew a week before, he was talking about chariots and things. I was like, Lord, we ain't got nothing down here, so he really is. It's about time for him to go.
Yeah,
amazing to have those conversations, especially as a pastor, which my father was. When he started talking about chariots, I'm like, now he back in the Bible day now. I mean, you know, like he really is about to go. And I kid you not, within a week, he was gone. He was gone. Like it's time to go. And I was at peace with that. But, you know, I think those are the same conversations that his wife,
and his family, preparation, you know, God prepares us for things that we may not understand, but he prepares us. So once again, we send our love to the family in California and all of those who are part of his life for a long, long time, and more to go and more to live in terms of carrying on his legacy. You know, just carrying on his legacy. And I know that's going to happen in a great way. So we're going to also talk about another sister that we all love, grew up with for years. We were little. We grew up with the Supremes, y'all. I'm telling you, stop. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Make it over. Mary Wilson, man. Yeah.
Hey, Linda, do you remember meeting Mary Wells at the Power Networking Conference?
Mary Wilson?
What? Huh?
You said Mary Wells.
I said Mary Wells. Mary Wells, but Mary Wilson. She was at the Power Networking Conference back, I think, when we were in Atlanta, Georgia. You remember?
I think there would have been so many.
Oh, you're talking about a beautiful soul.
But
she was a sweetheart.
Yeah, I've been on stage, and she is a beautiful soul. Yes, she
is.
Yeah. So we salute. This is our time to salute the sister. Yes, who's made a transition. She made a mark on this community and our music, our world. She's just an industry icon. So, yes, I think she was like 76. So, yeah, it's just awesome sister. And look, guys, think about Black History Month. Did you all see the dollar bill, the $20 bill, y'all? $20 bill, y'all.
Is that real?
Yes, girl. It's on its way. It's on its way.
I'm scared. Lord Jesus.
I've been waiting for it.
We've been waiting for a long time for this.
Long time. Been waiting.
She's looking good. She's looking good.
People are going to be saving a lot of money because a lot of us believe, is that real? I'm just going to put it in my piggy bank.
I'm going to make sure I frame the first one.
We're going to talk about that in another topic in another show, because we're going to see how that's going to be effective as we come to the economy. You know, we have our discussion on the entrepreneurship when we have someone to tell us all about that. So yes, but so now we got to still celebrate all that we can while we're here. Speaking of celebration, we got birthdays and
Mother
happy birthday.
Says, hey girls.
Hi mama. Hey mama, how you doing? Yay. Hey, y'all come on in. We getting it set up. We setting you up.
Ma.
Yes. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you all.
How you doing, Tiffany? Everybody, I want Everybody on them, need you to call 4 people. Send them to the show today. Don't want to miss it.
You won't be disappointed. Absolutely, you will not be disappointed. Happy birthday! Any birthdays in the house? What we got going on?
We got a few birthdays.
To you.
Let me take a moment. These are sisters that we know within our network. My baby sister Marty celebrated her birthday on the 4th. Ruthie Lucas was on the 5th of February. Linda Marshall showed off with a birthday Zoom party.
That was a wonderful party.
Linda Marshall, yes. Happy birthday, Linda Marshall.
On the 10th. Dr. Donna Butt's birthday was yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you. And then we have Winsome, whose birthday is on the 19th.
All right.
We have Patricia McDougall, one of our favorite photographers for DC and all around.
Wonderful.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And I must take this time to say happy birthday to my brother in heaven, Charles Terrence Thatcher. Passed away in February, almost a week before his birthday.
He's watching
2013.
He's watching us right now.
He's watching over. So Charles, my brother, I miss you every day, and especially on this time because you were born on Valentine's Day.
Oh wow!
So how can we not forget? Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome son, brother, father, friend. Absolutely. So
happy birthday.
Sending love up to you, my brother. So hey guys, we have Florence in the house. Is she here yet? Because we can I think Charlene, how was your week though? Just checking in quickly, just checking around with y'all because we don't get to talk and see how everybody's week.
It was good. It's really, really good. I had to check in with a lot of coaches because time is everything. And so we were just doing a time check balance. Time goes fast. I can't believe it's February. I thought it was still January. I was like, no, it's January. I was arguing somebody that, no, it's January.
Yeah. It is January, February, March.
So, yep.
We're
here, but my week went great.
That's good. That's an awesome thing. It went well. Great. What about you, Lynn?
Oh, I've been here. Got a lot of construction going on. Well, you all just will not believe. Once you start in this old house has secrets behind the wall and under the floor. And then I've gone from the bathroom. Now we're in the kitchen. If y'all hear any noise, it's me and the boys, okay? Get ready to come down through the cabinets of pipe. Would you believe we had a pipe in the bathroom that was covered with cement in the floor and we couldn't get to it?
Wow.
This house is like 80 years old. So it's we find some stuff in the walls and the floors, and it's been interesting. So that's
find some money, let us know.
She's like, after those renovations, you'll need some money. Lord.
Oh, that's right.
Well, Florence, let me say that we do have Florence waiting for us, guys.
She's coming here. She has the link.
She's here.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So we definitely wanted to make sure that we communicate about everything we need to say, so that when Florence comes, she can let us know what she wants and like for us to know.
Yeah, we're gonna miss that wonderful event of hers, but we're gonna live.
Oh yeah, her event is coming up soon, right?
Yes, it's coming up soon, and Florence is gonna let us know all the new changes. The 2021 version of the gala. So I'm looking forward to it. So she should be coming in momentarily. Here she comes.
There she's here. And there she is.
Hey, lady.
Welcome, Florence.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I miss you guys.
We miss you. You've been busy, Florence. We understand.
Yes. Florence, what's going on? Let us know the 2021 version of the gala.
Yes. Thank you so much, Linda. Thank you, all of you guys, Peggy, Y, and Charlene for having me. As you know, we have to do things virtually now.
Yes.
So we still wanted to have a virtual event with all of the bells and whistles. It's just that we're doing it virtual this time. So we have 5 phenomenal women that we're honoring for our Red Dress Gala Awards. And they have some awesome stories and testimonials about surviving heart disease and stroke and various other illnesses. So we will be acknowledging, honoring them. And you know, I just always felt like going through such a horrific experience, a life-altering experience like this, you didn't have to be here.
Right.
But by the grace of God.
That's so true.
So we are giving them their flowers while they are living, while they're still among us. And believe it or not, each year that we do this, when they walk away, yes, they receive their flowers, they receive their accolades, but they're still going through.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are still going through.
Mm-hmm.
That is not the end all. So that's why it's important to give people their flowers while they are living.
That's so
Not
true.
when they're dead and gone and you're sending flowers to the house for the family.
Right.
Not saying what a wonderful person they were when they can't hear it.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
true.
this is one of the goals of the Open My Heart Foundation. So, for example, someone just notified me the other day that they just got back from the hospital from a heart transplant.
Oh, wow.
This is one of our honorees a few years ago.
Oh.
You never know what people are going through.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's not the end because they went through something one time. They still go through.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to catch them while they're still here and show the world, give them their accolades, let them share their stories, learn from them.
Mm-hmm.
Take some notes, what they experienced, what they've been through. I just got off the another event talking about the broken heart syndrome. It's a real disorder in which one person, you may experience a traumatic event in your life that causes the heart to have to work overtime. And then you could drop dead from a broken heart syndrome because of that traumatic experience you just experienced. It could be the loss of a loved one. They're gone. You can't get over it. It's hard.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you have a heart attack. And when they cannot find any other reason, like for example, clogged arteries or something like that, they ask about any traumatic events in your life. And that is when you may be diagnosed with the broken heart syndrome because of a sudden loss. It could be a sudden loss, a sudden death, a sudden loss of a job. It could be someone hurt you in a relationship, sudden betrayal. And one of the people that were on this call said she suffered from the broken heart syndrome when she was going through a bad relationship. And there was a lot of turmoil in her marriage. And she got pregnant. And there was such a rift between her and now her ex-husband. She ended up in the hospital. Broken heart syndrome. So these things I tell you to say, you never know what people are going through, what stressors they have. Check on each other. Check on one another. And sometimes people can't even express what they're going through. So people may need some professional help. Okay? You know how some men may be tough and feel like they don't want to express their emotions? Stuff deep down inside. And I'm saying men, but it's women too, because we got the S on our chest. We got this. We can handle everything. But when that thing stuff's down and your heart has to go on overload, you better watch out.
And
So we give people their flowers while they're living. We allow people the opportunity to not only hear their stories, but learn from them. Learn from them. So it's February 26th, and we're all excited. And we can't wait. We can't wait to see you there, how you rock your red. We in the comfort of your own home. We got dancing going on.
yes,
We got still the Survivors March. Many of you have been there. You know what time it is.
yes,
Get up and we're going to march and praise God for still being here. Whatever
yes.
you've been through this past year, it's going down. February
This is awesome. That's Florence. Kudos to you. We're going to salute you. We're saluting you for all the hard work you're doing in this area, because we need you and other sisters and those who are out there on the forefront to speak about this disease. And you have a story to tell yourself that you've shared many times.
Yes.
And thank God that you are here. And I think that's why you're passionate about it.
Yes.
Because of your experience. Yes. So
we thank you so much, Florence.
Yeah.
And Florence is on our health and well. She's the co-chair for the Health and Wellness Committee for Sister Network. And you know, Florence she's such a big heart. She is the biggest heart. And Florence, you remember at the gala, one of our meetings, and I won the big heart that you painted. And
oh my God!
Oh yeah, it's on my wall. It's been on my wall ever since then. So I think about you all. It's in my living room. That beautiful red gold heart. I love it.
Oh, good, good.
You know, when Florence is to the rescue, Florence is to the rescue, guys. I've seen her at work. You know, she is not always about the heart, but she, you know, when our sisters were sick, Florence is there.
Absolutely.
And you know, we always depend on Florence to be there no matter what. And I thank you, Florence, because I remember when we were going through when we lost our two sisters, and you were there for them, you know. And it was like you put your nurse hat on. And everything. Florence, she's a bundle of love.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I remember Florence honored my mother, and it was that year that it snowed, and my mother couldn't make it from Baltimore. But just the idea that she was willing to honor my mother meant so much to me. So I thank you too, Florence.
Yes,
thank you. Thank you.
Keep doing it. Hopefully next year we'll be able to put our gowns on. Ladies in the audience, we put on our long red gowns on that day, and we're gonna do it, but we're gonna do it virtually, so you might not see the bottom.
I tell people just dress up from the top, from the waist up. The waist up.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Florence. We know you have a busy life. We know you have a busy day, the rest of the week, probably because you are preparing for this event. So we know you have things going on. So we thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule.
What time is the event, Florence?
It starts at 7.
At 7 p.m. Okay.
And how do we find out about it? How do we go through it?
So you can go through the quickest way is to go through my website, the openmyheartfoundation.org.
Okay.
Openmyheartfoundation.org.
Okay.
So ladies and gentlemen, go check out her Facebook so you can get all the information on her site.
Yeah, this is Florence Champagne.
Yay!
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Oh, I remember, we should have put some of those pictures up from last year. I just thought about that.
Yes.
Through my phone, and I saw all of us in those beautiful red gowns and red. I mean, we really did it up last year.
Lynn, maybe we could do it for next Saturday to kind of put it together like a collage and put it together.
We'll build up for the big event. That's a good idea.
That'd be good. Yeah, we have another week. Yeah, so we can do that.
Yes, indeed.
Woo, so okay. So what's going on, Lynn? Look, you got to keep it going, girl. I tell you,
I'm excited. I
see Charlene over there. She got her pen, her pad. She's ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready for the doctor to come in. I value what Florence has said, because you can die from a broken heart. I watch a lot of couples. You ever notice a couple that's been together for 50 years, and then the next couple passes away within a month? They end up in intensive care within the second week, and then they pass away. Like that's
so real.
Like that's some serious stuff. Like I'm like, I know my husband would be in love with me like that, and I would be in love with him, but God knows I would like to stay longer, like my mom, because but that is true.
It is true. Let me tell you, that happened to my grandmother when my grandfather passed away. In less than a week, she passed away from a broken heart.
It is.
She couldn't live without him.
Right.
That's how heavy it was.
That's when you talk about two are become one.
But that's
they're entwined, man. That heart thing, that heart to heart is serious. Yeah, that blood that connects, that one, that union that they have together is real.
That's real love.
It's real love, man. That's some real love right there. So we just know that we have to just realize that that's why love is important. It's the key. That's why God said we must love. That is the ultimate of all the things that he has as it relates to his principles is love.
It is.
That is mankind love. It doesn't cost you to really love people. And so we just want you to know we love you.
Love them while they do.
I love y'all.
I love you.
I love you. I love who we got coming on next, though.
Okay, so here we go, guys. I'm so happy, and I'm hey, look, you know how you starstruck? I'm nervous and everything. But anyway, I thank Peggy for finding this awesome doctor that we're going to have on today, and that's Dr. Rollings, as in Rolling Stone, y'all. He's the bomb. I've read his. I'm just going to read just a little bit, a summary of this wonderful gentleman. He's a highly trained and professional educator, distinguished and notable medical doctor for over 30 years of experience in environmental and biosafety protections and protocols. He's very passionate about his role as an infectious disease specialist. And this is who we need right now in our life. Licensed and board certified with extensive experience in clinical and hospital settings, Dr. Lane Rolling, medical doctor, orthopedic contextual specialist, includes foot, ankle, and limb salvage surgical procedures and reconstructive and trauma operations. In June of 2004, Dr. Lane Rolling, he established the Tropical Pathology and Infectious Disease Association. I bring to you at this time because this is just one part of a series that we're going to talk about. Our doctor today is so gracious that he understands the Black experience because he is Black, and he knows that we need to know all that we need to know about what's going on with COVID-19, all we need to know about the vaccine. So this is what we're going to hear. I want you all to please start calling your family, calling your friends. This is part one of who knows how many parts, at least 3 parts of a series that we will be talking. And I now bring to you Dr. Rolling. Where are you? All the way from Vegas. Woo! How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How you ladies doing this afternoon?
We're doing wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Yes.
For the invitation,
you.
The platform to be able to connect with some of the good folks out there, so they can have real good information, so they can have a good outcome and survive the pandemic.
Yes, thank you so much. Well, doctor, tell us, what is it that we need to know? We know that you are the specialist. We know that you know what we don't know. So we're going to, what the girls say, we're going to spill the tea. We want to make sure we know what's going on in the Black community. What's happening?
Well, I think what's important is that we have to understand the devastation of the SARS-CoV virus in the Black population. That's just, which we can talk about morbidity, we can talk about mortality, we can talk about increased hospitalization, but that doesn't really give a real picture when you think about almost every Black person in America knows somebody's infected with COVID. Somebody's died from COVID. They have are in a hospital. People have recovered, and so it's time to reset the clock for 2021, because all the folks out there, they knew what they were talking about back last year. All these people, Trump administration got 500,000 people dead. People still dying, and another half going to die by June 1st. And so our responsibility is to make sure that in our community that we have the best information to make the best decision based off of reality and not some type of fictions. It's going to go away in the springtime. Drink some Clorox. You have guys in the Trump administration that don't even have qualifications running departments, which was a tragedy. And this is a legacy of what's going to happen, because this disease, the SARS-CoV virus, set our society back probably 100 years, especially among Black children going to school. We were already at a disadvantage. So you can imagine the real disadvantage is that they're not getting one-on-one instruction. So it's going to really put us behind. So my responsibility is to give folks the best information, make the best decisions, save lives, and get people back into the new norm, kids back into school based off of real information, science and medicine, not by how somebody feels.
So, Doctor, we know that, from the community, in our African American community, we've been talking and listening and seeing all on the news about the vaccine. And could you give us some information? Because I wanted to say that a lot of us are skeptical, many of us skeptical. Some have taken it, but many have not. So can you enlighten us on what that would be?
The reality, skeptical, and I don't think anybody's going to make no bones about it. I think the numbers come out that maybe 95% of African Americans, especially African Americans and Native Americans, have hesitant about the vaccine. And when you think about that, it's so to have that type of opinion, and you're not a bad guy, bad person to have that type of feeling, because you talk about radiation experiments on Black people's brains. You talk about the Tuskegee syphilis experiment. You talk about 99% of the lobotomies done in New York City were on Black boys because they acted up in class or they were hyperactive. And so you got Black kids in New York that had 4 and 5 lobotomies on their brain to calm them down. So let's just keep it real, because in reality of our life, it is. And so, that is why we have the healthcare disparities, not just because of the medical we have, but also just the system itself. And it's very funny now when we talk about vaccines on television. I've never seen so many Black folks on television in the last month of my life. Doctors, Black doctors injecting nurses, and Black nurses injecting doctors, and everybody. Also, God, where were they a year ago? Where were 4 years ago? Talking about how to prevent a Black person from getting their legs cut off. I've cut a lot of many legs, and so I have to be the same way with you guys. I am a pro-vaccine individual. That is a fact. The many years I've worked in the jungles of Peru, bringing healthcare to people that are disadvantaged in the jungles that don't even speak my language, and doing vaccination programs from measles, mumps, rubella, influenza, you name it. I've done it. 3 days in the jungle, those snakes, leeches, etc. I believe in vaccines. I've seen people live because of, and I've seen people die that have not had vaccines. But on this vaccine, when it comes to Black, you better make sure you ask the right question. So, for example, I want everybody to think this, because nobody's talking about this. Dr. Rowland's talking about it because I'm the expert. When you start talking about injecting vaccine in Black folks, have they considered Black folks with sickle cell? Or sickle cell? I mean, you haven't heard.
Haven't heard anything, right?
At all. And do you know, in the military, and I'm a veteran, before any Black person goes in the military has to get tested for sickle cell disease or trait. And there's a reason why. It runs among us. So you're telling me you're going to vaccinate Black folks, line them up, and what happens if somebody has a sickle cell crisis? You can have a sickle cell crisis by just having a temperature change.
Wow.
And then that we have to ask these questions, and they have not done that study. I've read the study on the vaccine from Pfizer and biotech, and I've read it. I know it, and they know it, and it says right then all the people they tested their vaccine clinical trials were white. And right there, parentheses on page 2, no minorities was in the program, no pregnant female, no people with disabilities. So how are you going to take a vaccine, roll it out in 2 months?
That's right.
Every Negro in America and tell them they got to get a shot, and they haven't even answered the basic question that's in the basic biochemistry book: do you have sickle cell disease? So that makes, what are you doing? And then when you look at the science, folks, I'm sorry, this fact, there is no vaccine right now that says it has what we call vaccine effectiveness, which means, hey, we go out and inject folks, man, we know you're going to get a result, and that's going to be a good result. That's not the case. They don't have the science. We'll know in about probably another 6 months when they start measuring the supposedly antibodies that the vaccine is supposed to create. Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Biotech, AstraZeneca, Oxford. We're going to know in about 6 months. So I tell people, you need to slow down, take a deep breath. Don't let anybody force on anything on you, because guess what? Once you inject this vaccine in your body, you can't get it back out.
That's right.
And if you have a reaction, God forbid, you have sickle cell crisis, with facial paralysis, with an anaphylactic reaction, like Hank Aaron and all these other folks that end up dying, you cannot sue the vaccine companies. What business do you know that has sovereign immunity where you can't sue somebody and they're pushing something on you? And if you get it and your kid dies or your grandmother dies from the vaccine, what are you going to say? What's the excuse? So if you don't believe in your own work, you should be vulnerable like everybody else. You got to be moral. And so this is the problem that we have. My opinion, folks, is that in 6 months, the best vaccine is going to be out to the world. And that vaccine, I believe, is a vaccine called COVAX, COVAXX, versus all these other vaccines. And so that is why vaccine will not be the solution to be all when it comes to this SARS-CoV pandemic endemic infection. It might be one component of it. And right now, we don't have the science to back it up, because when we do vaccines, it takes 3 to 10 years. And what I mean by it takes 3 to 10 years, well, you take 1,000 black kids that have so, and you inject them with your vaccines. 50% get sick. Okay, well, this is an adverse reaction. You take 1,000 people that have Down syndrome, and you inject them. What are results? So these are what we call subtypes, and they have not done the subtypes on really basically everybody in the population. And this is why the vaccine is what we call experimental use authorization, EUA, which means the vaccine is an experiment, and they're trying to figure out if they're ever going to make it mainstay. And folks, let me tell you again, also, once you get vaccine injection, mark my words, you won't just get one injection. You're going to be getting 1, 2, 3 shots every year for the 20 years because of the amount of mutations that we have.
Oh, this is so good, Dr. Rowland. I'm so glad you brought up a very important point concerning sickle cell, because in my family, sickle cell does run there. And I never even thought about that. I never thought, even though I'm chemistry, I never thought about the effect it would have on my son or my daughter, because they both have the sickle cell trait, although they are not exhibiting have ever exhibited any signs of it, unlike my cousins. And so just hearing that, and then knowing the other family members, like, you need to get it, they need to get it to be protected and going back to school. My question is, what are your thoughts about them actually going back to school and actually almost, I can hear this forcing your kids to take this vaccination shot just like they would their immunization shots. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, you have a background. So, when you think about just basic biochemistry, the first chapter about amino acids, they always talk about the point mutation and sickle cell. That's the hallmark of biochemistry. It's based off of Black folks' sickle cell trait. And back in the day, that was a great trait for us to have when we were in Africa, because we couldn't get malaria. We didn't live long. We were able to have babies and stuff, but that was a great genetic biomutation that we had. But nowadays in our society, it's not a good trait to have. And you're absolutely correct. you better ask these questions because, this is not about a mannequin. This is not about some commercial or movie. This is real life. The story's being told every day, and you can't just, somebody dies and you should say cut to commercial. So when it comes to kids going back to schools, I am an advocate of that. I've helped schools open up in North Carolina. I have helped schools open up in Jackson, Mississippi that have been open since June of this year. We have kids back to school, but we have to make sure that when they're going back to school, that they're in the best safety environment possible, best biosecurity protocols based off of science and medicine. They have all their protections from everything from masks, understanding how to wash their hands, etc., and then making sure that the environment is conducive for them to go back to school in a great environment where we know what the status of every child is or teacher is, by doing PCR testing. You could test students Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays and see what their status is, just like in the NBA or NFL. If somebody's negative, they go home, but you would know that the individuals in that building are secured and not positive for the SARS-CoV virus. So these kids can function in that environment if the principles of basic safety and security protocols are implemented. And you cannot take one of the protocols out of the algorithm, because if you do, it's going to fail. i.e., if the kids go back to school and they're not wearing the best mask, you can get infected. Not washing their hands properly, really understanding how to wash their hands and what antiseptic soap they have or antiseptic hand wash they have. Do they really, if you have that, kids can go back to the school. But when we start talking about pushing a vaccination, I can tell you right now, ain't nobody going to inject my grandchildren, because my grandchildren for anybody. When Dr. Rowland gets the injection, the vaccine, you should get the vaccination. And there's only one vaccination I'm going to get, and that's when a COVAX vaccination comes out. I'll be the first one to take it. You can put me on the Frosted Flake box. Taking it.
So you are saying right now that the other vaccines that are being spoken about, the Moderna, and what's the other ones? The one for Johnson & Johnson,
Pfizer,
the biotech, Oxford.
Okay. Right now, those are not the ones that you would push to say, as a community of community of people, that we should trust right now. Is that what you're saying?
Here's the question: do you trust them? And I can tell you right now, just 4 days ago in Germany, they shut down. In South Africa, AstraZeneca, Oxford was shut down because they only had an 8% effective rate against the new viruses, mutants. So each of these vaccines, let me explain it to the general public, because this is why it's important for us to keep having this town hall conversation with you sisters on Saturdays to inform the people. Folks, let me tell you something. Every vaccine that is made, these vaccines are made off the Wuhan D614G virus from last year that's driving the pandemic now. Well, these vaccines, or each one of these vaccines, are static. They're not dynamic. So now we're into the second pandemic, first wave driven by the South African strain, the London strain, the Denmark strain, California strain, Brazil strain. And in 2 weeks, I believe the gorilla strain is going to be here, called Planet Apes, because the gorillas in San Diego are infected, and they're going to cough, infect other people. Well, these vaccines, the vaccine that Pfizer and all these guys has nothing to do with these mutant strains. You have to go back and make a new vaccine. Every time there's a mutant and anything come out of Africa, it's tough. You got to be, look at us. And so these viruses come out of Africa, they're no joke. That's the motherland.
Yes.
And they don't play. And so each virus, each mutant, simple terms, folks out there on this platform, every time there's a new virus, mutant that changes and kills more people, you have to make a new vaccine for it.
That's it right there. Every time it mutates, there must be a new vaccine for it.
For that mutant.
So that sounds like we will just like you say, constantly getting vaccines. Now you're hearing about the booster. Would that be considered a booster, or is that something totally different?
No, when we define vaccines, and this goes back to what the government and people should have did, was what Dr. Rowland's been doing for a year. Taking real world experience, my background, I got 6 degrees. I understand science and medicine. Ain't nobody on this planet gonna get in my face, talk to me about education. That's not gonna happen, period.
Mm-hmm.
And not with practical application like I have, a real application. That's not a theoretical guy drinking some coffee and Idaho, Coca-Cola.
Talk about it. Mm.
So when it comes to that, this is the reality that you have to understand, is that when you get a vaccine, folks, the first time they inject you, what is that supposed to do? They inject a virus in you. It's an antigen. It's a foreign body. It goes in your body sees it and go, wow, you have an infection. Let's make some antibodies to that to try to neutralize or kill that virus, bacteria, whatever it is. And then what happens is that antibody is produced about 14 days. It goes from what we call acute antibodies, IgM, then it goes to IgG, which is your killer antibodies that kills, neutralizes viruses, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's day 14. Well, guess what? That doesn't last very long. Maybe 30 days, maybe maximum, maybe about 30 days it lasts. So what we have to do, we have to give you a secondary shot of the same thing, because you're hoping that your body sees the first time, remembers it, and it's able to produce billions of antibodies to neutralize a virus or bacteria. So that's why you always have to have a secondary booster shot. But folks, with the coronavirus, period, it's in the medical books, clinical immunology, there is no long-term conferred immunity or affinity maturation, which means you get injected, a year from now, your mother has antibodies. There's no study on the planet that says that. If you go to your doctor and you say, hey, I'm gonna get my grandmother who has diabetes, high blood pressure, kidney failure, I'm gonna give her get this shot for her, this vaccine, and mama gonna be protected 1 year from later. And he's not gonna be able to tell you, no, it's not. It's impossible, because they haven't done the study. And with coronavirus, it's normal. We all get the coronavirus, folks. You get it, I get it. In fact, bats carry over 400 different coronavirus, 7 affect human beings. And the 4 initial ones, the alpha coronavirus, we get it. It's the second common cause of the common cold. So every year we get the common cold. What does that tell you? We don't have antibodies to the coronavirus family. That is the game changing, and trying to understand that technology and trying to bring that to the real world, and especially among Black folks, is that we have to realize the vaccine has to provide long-term immunity. That is the key. And every virus variant or mutant. In fact, folks, last week, you know how many viral mutants out there now? 4,000. And we're not talking about just the African strain and the Brazil. There are 4,000 different variants.
Oh my goodness.
Fact.
Wow. Had no idea.
Dr. Rowling, we still know that we have to still take safety precautions. I see Peggy back there just shaking her head. I know she has several things she's got on her mind, but let me just ask this question about mask wearing.
Just keep it real, and I'm sorry. I hope I don't hurt people's feelings, but I'm 1% of the people certified in chemical biological warfare on this planet by the U.S. Army. I know nerve gas, mustard gas, Ebola. So you don't think I understand masks? I do, because I wear them in my profession, not just in hospitals, in the field, dealing with some of the most significant deadly bacteria like multi-drug resistant tuberculosis, leprosy, you name it, viruses, the SARS virus. I know viruses. So folks, here's the deal. You want to live or you want to die. That's just period. Well, you heard what they said back in March. Don't wear a mask, wear a mask. Well, when they were telling you that, everybody else was getting masks. You might have couldn't get anything. In fact, people couldn't even get toilet paper. Don't run on the store. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
You're right.
You're so right.
Setting you guys up for the sheep. Y'all are going to get slaughtered, because when you went there was no alcohol, yes or no? No, there weren't.
That's right.
Yeah, they weren't.
That's the game. So you better be listening to people like me that are certified and really certified and know how to wear a mask and do this stuff on an everyday basis. That's a fact. And so when I tell people what mask to wear, you better listen to me because it's going to change your life or save your life and family. So right now, with all these variants, South African strain, which is 70% more deadlier than the Wuhan strain, and is the you got the Brazil strain, you got the London strain. Folks, the mask that you need to be wearing with all these different mutants is the FFP3. There is no question about it. I don't care about the N95. I don't care about the KN95, F1695, Captain Crunch 95. I said, get the FFP3. Why? Well, the 95 is 95% filtration, but we know that half the 95s in the United States are counterfeit. They're fake. They don't have a seal of approval. That's going to kill people. But there's one mask that I know is FFP3, has 99% filtration rate and is certified. And you can get them in only a couple of places. There is no counterfeits of these bad boys. And so the FFP3 is what everybody needs to be wearing nowadays because the viral mutants in the strain. I don't care about you trying to double mask. You want to look cute? Get an FFP3 mask and put on a beautiful Gucci mask over top. And if you want to look good, but that FFP3, 90% air filtration, that is going to save your life. And a lot of people that they think they get one mask, that's all you have. Folks, you're going to be using masks for the next 5 years. That's just a fact.
Come on now, teach us.
Teach
us.
Good to know.
That's probably 3 times a week. 12 masks a month is what you're probably going to be part of your normal routine, because you have to change your mask like every 48 hours. Because if you keep wearing that mask, breathing all that bacteria inside it, you can reinfect yourself. Plus, you have viruses on the outside of that mask. That's what's happening. But I can tell people right now, you better get the FFP3. But I can tell you something. Dr. Rowland has a surprise for people, because we got another mask coming out, which is going to be better than the FFP3, and probably in the next 3 or 4 months. And this mask kills viruses, back anything that touches a mask. Unbelievable. So that's the own mask. A mask can be worn for kids that are over 2 years of age, is what you want to have. And then you have to be very, very careful with the babies and stuff on trying to not expose them. You shouldn't be taking your baby to Walmart in the first place. I wouldn't.
Come on now. Tell these people.
Right.
That other mask is about to come out. My stuff now. What?
Wow. Dr. Rowling, you are just you are heaven sent.
Yes.
You are heaven sent. We must also just thank our sister girl, Jackie Hicks.
Yes.
Because without her event in December, I believe we would not have seen you. We not have met you. Peggy and I was at that particular event virtually, of course, and you were there. And Peg was like, our mouth was open. I couldn't close it. So we had to do the service of bringing you to our platform to share to our community, our listeners, our viewers, and our people out there, because we're not getting this like this. I know. I can speak for me. We're not getting it. And so we thank you. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? This will not be his last time, right, Lynn?
He will be here. Hopefully he can come back next month.
I hope to come every month, because, folks, we're going to have hard together.
Consider that done, okay?
Yeah, done, because we need the goods on that new mask.
In the months ahead, we will look forward to you, because this way we can build up our audience for you, because our community needs to hear what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. Yeah.
But what we would like to do, Peggy, before, I know you want to say something, we have some links that we would like to definitely share. And could you give us the information on your link? I want to put it in our chat so that it could be, so that people can start looking at the links. So I think one is A. Can you spell it for us?
Yeah, is it there now? I'm gonna see if it's still there. I will just explain, folks. The first link is on the only African American study in the United States approved by the FDA. It's the only treatment gears towards Black folks that have the COVID-19 disease, i.e., you get infected, you get tested and you're positive PCR for the SARS-CoV virus, and you start to get symptoms, you can take this pill, and this pill will prevent you from progressing to the more severe complication of the COVID-19 diseases. This is a study. Go on the website, see if you can get enrolled or loved one is sick. Because I had a call yesterday from New Jersey, guy's mama, 80 years old, dying, legs clot in her leg, COVID-19, and I was talking to the doctor. So this will prevent this from happening. And the studies are in Jackson, Mississippi. They're in Houston, Texas. They're in Chicago, and all LA. Look at this. You get your loved one who's sick that might be a potential to save their lives. And the other ones is just a cash app, because everybody knows I work in the jungles of Peru. I deal with children, especially now with the COVID situation. It's that much more dire, so people can give a shout out to us, love offering for our NGO. Then I have another one called, and that's where the only place you can get an FFP3 mask in America, period. That's the way it is. And we have 7.2 billion masks in the state. Wow. Ready to go. So we don't have a supply issue. So people can get that. People can look at and see there's other things like the microphones that will prevent you from getting contaminated when you're out in the public, because everybody knows that the touchscreens in the public are all feces. And for every 1 gram of feces, there's a billion viruses. So these finger pads you stick on your finger allows you to touch the touch screens, the kiosk machines at the airport, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So this is some of the stuff that's on there that people can look, and they can get some of the best stuff for themselves to help their families and family communities survive the next 5 or 10 years in this pandemic.
Wow. So I would like to definitely say, Linda, he has a cash app. Yes. I think we put it, I just put it there. $ Lane Rolling. That's your cash app. And I believe you're asked, you would like to solicit any donation. And you said what that donation to help children. Right. You're passionate about that. Yes.
I hope everyone can jump on my Facebook. Facebook is Dr. Lane Rolling, or my Instagram, which is Dr. Rolling. Or you can get me on Clubhouse, because if people see the work I've done, I've dealt with everything from people being paralyzed with the bones sticking out of the back, to kids dying and operating on babies that are 3 days old with congenital defects. And I've seen so many children that have diseases that lose their legs and wheelchairs. So one of the things I've done for the last 20 years, 30 years, that's why I was nominated Global Humanitarian of the Year. And I'll find out in June I won, and I'm the first Black to ever be nominated for that award.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes.
Humanitarian work I've done in the jungles of Peru for the last 30 years, saving people's lives.
Well, we are just, again, elated to have you. This is phase 1, ladies and gentlemen. We will have a part 2, phase 2, part 3. Part 4,
5, 6,
we
7.
will. We're going to definitely just keep you in our, yes. And we thank you so much.
Thank you.
I think one person had one last question, and we're going to let you go. They asked, if you had the COVID before, once you've had the COVID, can you get it worse?
You can get it worse, and people have gotten it and people have died. Now we know for a fact there are people that got the virus, and the virus mutated 5 times in their body, and people that are immunosuppressed. So just because you have the virus, the first, that does not mean you have immunity, because people get it a second, people get it a third time. And I can promise you, you will get it if you get contact with the new mutant strains. That's just a fact. But that's why you have to protect yourself from wearing the proper mask, learning how to wash your hands. In fact, let me give one more thing before I get off here, because they tell people to wash their hands with soap and water. Folks, you wash your hands with soap and water, you have a chance of getting sick and dying. Because when you bylaws of biological infectious disease, dissanitation, it says right there for the World Health Organization, washing your hands with soap and water does not kill microorganisms. Let me repeat that again. Wash your hands with soap and water does not kill microorganisms. It gets rid of secretions, excretions, debridement. That is why you have to make sure that you have an antiseptic hand wash in your bathroom that has the ability to kill bacteria, viruses, and fungus. And that is what we have at My Fingers, because most people have antibacterial soap, and antibacterial soap has nothing to do with viruses, especially with the SARS-CoV virus, because the SARS-CoV virus can live in the feces 5 days, on your cell phone 28 days, kiosk machine, ATM machine, infinity.
And not to mention when you're pumping that gas.
Ooh,
Yes, indeed.
Woo. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like
I'm here trying to.
You know what I'm saying, Dr. Rowland?
Yeah.
I would love to have more of this conversation on my Clubhouse with you, because I just feel like I need to just stay home. I'm like, this is serious. And last night I was with one of Beyonce Hive members, and they are planning to have a event, and it's going to be a live event in Atlanta, and we're going to bring it here in DC. And I'm like, this is serious. And for people to think that we can have these hybrid events, you know, half live and half Zoom, like, we have a lot to talk about. So Jeff,
let me know.
sharing with you, Jeff, on Clubhouse, and hit you up on Instagram, because it's a serious conversation. And I think our millennials need to know that this is no time to play with this disease.
No, it's not. And then you look at what happened at the Super Bowl, you're going to see what's going to happen in about two more weeks.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like them white boys up in South Dakota at that Sturgis motorcycle rally. 250,000 of them talking about their constitutional rights. Let me go to my Super Bowl. It's my constitutional right not to wear a mask.
Okay.
Their constitutional right, they kill a lot of folks, because that's what you call a super spreader. And
that's why it's
Super stupid.
so long, you know, and I myself, Dr. Amp, I had it in December, and I survived. I can definitely say I survived. But right now, only what I'm doing, and I hope I'm doing right, is to continue my supplements and my A through Z supplements. And if there's any other, for us who have made it through it, any advice before you leave to tell us?
You're very fortunate, because I'm on the Black News Channel every Sunday night. I'm house. I ain't no damn Subtergucha, whatever his name is. Dr. Latte on the Black News. And the point is that you've done well, because a lot of people have the long-term complication. We'll talk about this in another program.
Yeah, right.
The next phase.
Making sure you have the best FFP3 mask that you can get, period. You make sure you have situational awareness. Make sure you're not, you better get them finger. You're not touching them kiosk machines and getting fecal contamination for somebody that does have the SARS virus who's asymptomatic. You do that, vitamin supplements. You make sure you take vitamins, a multivitamin every day.
Every day. I got them A through Z. And see, I work, and my daughter works in a hospital. So it's like, take those. So I want to be protected, and I have to protect myself, and she has to protect herself because she's in a hospital. So it's like, woo, around here, I got alcohol at the door. We spray in with the alcohol and wash it. Yeah, we need those vitamins too.
All right.
Vitamins the Black folks have to have, or just a multivitamin. You got to have vitamin D. When it comes to time, Black folks have a deficiency in vitamin D. That's a fact. And vitamin D is an important part of the immune system. So Black folks need to be taking a multivitamin. Number one supplement after that is vitamin D. Then they can do zinc and magnesium and all that other stuff. But very, very sure that you're doing that, and have a great mental outlook on life. We can get through this as a family, as a tribe. I can't wait to see you ladies. Because it's going to be, and I'm looking forward to your Clubhouse too.
We thank you.
I'm shaking my head, guys.
I know. This has been an awesome information. Thank you so much, Dr. Rowland. We appreciate you coming all the way live from Las Vegas. Your time zone is 3 hours behind, so you got up very super early for us. And we thank you so much for doing that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a virtual clap, virtual hug, and love and hearts to Dr. Lane Rowland, who will be back on 4Sisters Live very, 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 very soon. You can bet that.
He's our official doctor, guys.
Thank you. Have a great, blessed, and happy Valentine's weekend to you.
Happy Valentine's Day. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, this has been awesome, guys. Oh my G, this said
Yeah,
Erica Robinson. Ladies has been a welcome question, and I'm going to pass this on to all the health guys. Thank you so much, Erica, because we need all of you all when we start talking about Dr. Roland coming on. This is, I guess, I mentioned to him earlier about he's the Black Dr. Fauci.
He's
He
my
said
Black
he has
Dr. Fauci. Yes.
yes, and he's like, I'm okay with that.
Dr. Superman. He's my Black Superman.
I mean, this is what we need. So I thank him, and ladies, we just had a great day. Before we leave, we were so excited to get him on. We got information to share about some things happening with our community. Like Linda is speaking tonight. We got to show her flyer. What's happening, Linda?
Oh yeah, Helena and myself. Helena invited me. She's Ethiopian and have a wonderful international women's in business and charity conference coming on today at 7:30. So you can go on Eventbrite and look for the African Women's in Business Charity. And please come out and support us at 7:30. You're going to have women from all over the world, and this is their first. So this is not going to be the last. And we want everyone, women and who are in business here in America, to let's do business with our African sisters and our African brothers. So
give them a link, Linda, where they can go and check it out. Will there be a link?
Go to Eventbrite. That's where you go. Go to Eventbrite and look for African Women in Business and Charity.
Great. Absolutely.
And that's how you register for it. Yes.
Okay. So what we have next going on, Peggy, Dante, what's next? We have, the Black History Month, the Trauma, Love, and Resilience series by Dr. Buckingham. You all know he was here last week talking about domestic violence, and also his series that he's having all month long. You all can go and catch all of his series, and he's just asking for a donation. So whatever you all want to give, he will be speaking tomorrow, August 2 to 3:30, how couples can trauma-proof their relationship and overcome adversity. So here we talk about that love. So go on his drbuckingham.com. What else we have?
Here's one for our single sisters, and believe it or not, one of our members, Cynthia Green, who's a coach, is part of this program, and this held today at what time? I think it's at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I think 5. I think it's
yes. All
5.
these events are going to be up on our website. So if they go to
2, 4, and 5, Peggy, I think it's at 2, 4, and 5. I think it's what it says.
Okay, great. But all these events that we're posting are going to be up on our website. So if you missed it, you can go to 4sistersnetwork.org, go to our calendar of events, and you will see these events posted. What's next? I think we have another one. Oh, this one for our business owners. If you are a business owner, you need to tap into this one. This is with the SBA. They're going to be talking about many opportunities that are available and also about the stimulus package. This is part of the Bi-County Business Roundtable breakfast series. It will be held on this Monday coming up at 9 o'clock in the morning. Go to our website, or you can go to bcbroundtable.com and you can register. Right now, they have over 250 people who have registered. So this thing is hot. This is hot.
Yeah. Okay. What's next?
This is one of the single parents project that I have been engaged and love these sisters. They are so powerful. It's the Single Parent Achievers 5th Annual Conference graduation. It is scheduled for Saturday, February the 20th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Again, go to our website, or you can go to singleparentsachievers.org.
Awesome.
Next, if you know anything about your history, or you want to know about your history, this is one sister you need to connect with, and that's Sharon Parker. Sharon is having her February Black History Month 8th anniversary or annual Leading Within Conference, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And this is February the 20th. And you can go to our website. The website is, I don't have it in front of me, but go to our website and I'll post it. Okay. Next, This one here is the VIP Mentor Program. They're having a fundraiser today. Again, we support this organization. Go to their website, vipmentors.org, and support education and mentoring. Next, Walla.
Yeah, Walla Blagay. She's running for office, isn't she, Peggy?
Yes. Walla is
Definitely
one
leading.
of our board members. Yes. Go ahead, Walla.
No, I was just going to say she's definitely running for office again here in the Prince George's County. Or we're there in the Prince George's County. I'm not a Prince Georgian, but I just have to say because all of my sisters are connected around me. Prince George's County sisters, that's why I say that. But nonetheless, she is our sister. She's our sister, my sister as well. And she's friends. It says Friends for Walla Blagay, leading women fundraiser. She has a fundraiser for her event as coming up Thursday, March 11th on Zoom. And she has one of the hot ladies that I've always followed and loved for many years, Dr. Julian Mavo. Yes, I love her. She is the apprentice of, she's the past president, I think, of one of the universities down in Atlanta. What is it?
Spelman.
Spelman. Yep, absolutely. Yes. Yep, Spelman. So definitely support Walla, guys. Support her donation. Go and support her. She's asking for any donations that she has put up there so that you can visit. She'll be here next month for Women's Month. So we'll have her to talk about what she's doing in the community and everything.
So to round up, because definitely jumping on the bandwagon with Walla. She is definitely one of the great leaders and she's looking for volunteers. So definitely be there for her. District 6, wherever you are in Prince George's County, look to support this great leader. One more time.
Yeah, she's an awesome sister. Definitely. She loves her some Sister for Sisters Network. She loves Peggy. So good stuff. Good stuff.
We love her back.
So next week, ladies and gentlemen, will be our education. Who do we have? Anybody know who we have next week? Because I know we got Moshe. Moshe is coming. Y'all know Moshe. That's our brother. He'll be here to serenade us next week. He's going to serenade us with some
from Africa.
He's coming live from Africa.
Oh,
yes. So y'all got to come and see my brother Moshe.
Yeah.
And that's our education segment next week. So we're going to have a good time next week. And be sure to go back and watch this, guys. Spread the word. You can go back and watch our live Facebook show, 4Sisters Live. And you can share this and go back and rehash some information.
Send it for Valentine's Day because you love them. Everyone you love. Send this video out to everyone you love.
Yes,
definitely. It's been a great day. So, speaking of time, what time is it?
Woohoo!
It's time for you. It's to walk in your purpose and prosperity. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Deb, for getting Dr. Rolling on. Thank you, Deb. Thank you, Deb. Thank all of you all. We love you. We'll see you next week.
See y'all. Woo!
Woo, woo.
Sharing the grace.